brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter, mornings at the cabin.
Hello, you lovely people. Welcome along. Good mornings at the cabin. 7 o'clock Thursday morning. 13 degrees outside in Yellowknife. Pleasant enough day, all things considered. And in the studio, you have Ollie, AJ.
Hello.
Sarah.
Hey.
Penny's down there somewhere. But no Scott. No Lecter this morning. Because the morning after your birthday, you deserve a little time off.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Poor guy just wants to sleep in.
Can't blame him.
He's just turned another year older. He could use the break.
Yeah, he could use the break.
Yeah.
He's not showing too many signs of age yet, though.
No.
He's still a spring chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Although I see him age every time his partner discusses their next canoeing or kayaking trip.
Yeah.
They are ambitious.
You can see it in his eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're off paddling again this weekend. Neither of them have ever done Hidden Lake before.
Yeah, actually, he's going with a friend of ours, Gavin, and he borrowed my canoe.
Ah.
So that's how I knew they were all going.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good trip. Hidden Lake. Love Hidden Lake.
Yeah, there's, 3 portages?
Yeah, there's like a
Lake?
teensy tiny one to start with.
Yep.
Then a slightly larger one with a bit of an uphill.
Yep.
And then the third one's like 15 minutes and a bit of a stretch if you've never done that sort of thing before.
Ugh.
I remember the first time I did that was, took a little bit of a go, but you get there and Hidden Lake is beautiful.
Yeah, and there's a few cabins on there, too.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of different little islands. Like, you can get your own personal island for the weekend very easily.
Cool, I gotta check it out.
There you go. If you're wondering what to do with your holiday weekend, go to Hidden Lake and just, annoy Scott slightly by being slightly too close to his tent. Because you know how it is. You get out there and you're like, how can there be 2 other people within half a kilometer of me? I came all this way.
Mornings at the cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the cabin, fast becoming mornings at the kayak, because I want to talk Paddlefest. Now, Paddlefest this weekend, we'll be heading down tomorrow. There all weekend, you'll be able to hear broadcasts on Cabin Radio Saturday and Sunday afternoon from yours truly down by the rocks at Paddlefest. First of all, can I just say, the hike to get all the stuff down there is like my cardio challenge of the year.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story last year, and there's a reason I keep finding ways to opt out of.
No, you've got other plans this weekend, and they're great plans, and we should talk about those plans at some point.
Yeah,
but not now. This is my plans.
Yeah, no,
Get out of here with your better plans. Your plans are slightly more sedate.
Being exhausted, carrying boxes up to the river.
There's this winding trail that sort of gently descends down for 2 or 3 kilometers to...
There's no way it's that long.
What? It's at least 1.5 kilometers.
I don't know. It maybe is like a 10-minute walk.
Okay, yeah, it's probably a kilometer. It's probably a kilometer. It's deceiving.
Yeah. When you're carrying a whole bunch of stuff, there's a narrow trail, and it goes downhill. The downhill's all right. The uphill at the end of the weekend, when you got to get, if you haven't... you try and bring some merch down there and everything else. You got a table and a couple of chairs and the tent.
The tent.
Yeah. And you're trying to bring back a box of hoodies that didn't sell.
Yeah.
Hauling it back up. The alternative is you can get them to carry it, if there's enough room on one of their boats, someone will bring it back round for you, but then you've got to get it up the world's steepest hill at the end.
Sandiest hill, too.
Steepest and sandiest hill. It is a near vertical sort of clamber.
This is probably why I didn't paddle much in Fort Smith, because the worst part was getting out of the kayak and carrying it all the way back up that hill.
Up the hill.
You've got to mean it. You've really got to mean it.
Yeah.
And that's why last night when we were out celebrating Scott's birthday and we were there and people were discussing Paddlefest and, I went last year, I went the year before. Yeah, no, you should go on the water, Ollie. You should really get involved, do some paddling. You've got to be kidding me. It's great. I admire and love the fact that so many people go down there and paddle. I've got to take that blooming tent down there. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to put my little... Somebody said to me, I saw you there last year. You look so lonely. I said, no.
I looked relaxed.
You misunderstand.
I was recovering.
I spend the whole week, talking for a living and, being with people, meeting people. On that Paddlefest weekend, I got to put my little cabin radio tent up, little table with all my wares in front of me, put my little Bluetooth speaker on, listen to cabin radio, feet up, relaxed, and I could just doze in the mid-afternoon. So this is why we didn't sell much merch last year, by the way.
Yeah, but it sounds lovely.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
It was a very nice...
We sold a little bit of merch.
We sold a little bit of merch, yeah. And I'm sure some children stole some while I was asleep.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
As long as it was children.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Adult theft, no good. Child stealing, no problem.
Well, when we say child stealing...
yeah.
Let's clarify.
Let's clarify here.
The act of children stealing things.
Yes.
Yes.
Do not steal children.
No, we don't recommend that.
That's a no-no.
How much are we allowed to say about what you're doing this weekend?
I think we're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's my friend Shay and Isis' wedding on Saturday, and Shay is the former band member of Ruben in the Dark. And it's actually, they're going to do his last show here on Sunday right after the wedding. So they do the wedding Saturday, and then Sunday they're doing a show. It's for family and friends and for a few others around town. A lot of wedding party guests. They're going to do his final show. I should put that in air quotes. Final show. I don't know. I'm sure he'll do some reunion tour down the road, but that'll be his last hurrah out at his place at Madeline Lake on Sunday.
That promises to be such an incredible show.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be amazing. Yeah, absolutely. The whole band will be at the wedding anyway, so it was perfect timing. Why not?
And so, in honor of this, and because we love those guys, they're all good friends of the station, tomorrow will be a Cabin Radio's ISIS special.
Yes.
In celebration of ISIS.
Celebrating ISIS.
Because whenever there's an ISIS wedding, you've got to pass on messages of congratulations to ISIS, how much everyone in Yellowknife loves ISIS, and the fact that there's a lot of support for ISIS in this town.
There'll be a lot of love for ISIS on Saturday.
Yeah, huge amount of love for ISIS. Big ISIS event happening in Yellowknife this weekend. We will celebrate ISIS all tomorrow morning. And welcome to many watch lists.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Mornings at the Cabin. This is Ollie with you. AJ also here, and Sarah and Penelope down there somewhere chewing on something. Yep, great, excellent. 7:35. Now, Penny is not the only cabin radio animal these days. We have been blessed with the arrival both of a new reporter, and believe me, that really is a blessing. And the new reporter has come equipped with kittens.
Great.
I know. Stop hating all the pets. What have we
tiny,
said?
Cute baby pets.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room. They're messy. They chew on stuff. They rip things up.
You've only just finished hating the puppy. Now you're kind of on board with the puppy. Come on, aren't you?
A little bit on board with it. It's a good puppy.
Mm-hmm.
She's well behaved. She's well behaved.
Almost a dog. But when the animal becomes grown up, are you happier?
Yes, much happier.
Okay.
If they're trained right. And Sarah's doing a great job with Penny, and that's why I think Penny is okay in my books.
Okay.
But you've got to have seen bad dogs, right? Or bad animals. And I feel like cats are just manipulative,
untrainable.
They've got a hidden agenda.
Don't encourage him.
Yes, no. Thank you, Sarah, for the support. Finally.
I do like kittens, though.
Oh, you like kittens?
Oh, yeah. Goodness. They're cute and fuzzy and...
Of course they're cute and fuzzy. I mean, there's one human being in the world who would deny that. He just happens to be sat opposite me. So
I'm not denying they're cute and fuzzy.
Oh, they're just...
it has
just horrible.
No appeal to me whatsoever.
No, I see. Yeah. Okay. Regardless, Emily is bringing up 2 young kittens, and one of them needs a name. Now, we heard yesterday that the operating name, the working title, if you like, for this kitten is Little Hulk.
Yeah, which I actually don't mind.
As far as names came with, right?
Kind of cute. It came with the name Little Hulk, which again just puts you in mind of like some mafia henchman who is 6'10", 300 pounds, and carrying a bat.
Yeah.
Who's that? It's Little Hulk.
Yeah.
She's like, this.
I think I've met a cat named Little Hulk before.
How could you have met another cat named Little Hulk?
No. Now that we're saying it, I think I've actually met another cat named Little Hulk. I can't remember where, but I'm almost positive.
Are you having deja vu over a cat name?
Possibly.
Okay.
I don't know where it was, but I'm almost positive I met one.
All right, you worry about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to return to the fact that yesterday we asked people to supply suggestions for a name for Little Hulk, a permanent name.
There's some good ones.
There's some good ones.
I'm just reading through them now. There are some really good ones.
More to the point, there are a lot.
There are tons.
Nobody in Yellowknife had anything to do yesterday because people spent their whole day just lobbing cat names at the Cabin Radio Facebook page. Pick out a few for us. When you say there are some good ones, what caught your eye?
So I'm on the Mornings at the Cabin page, and there's a few here. So one of them, my personal favorite, Babs. A little shout out.
Okay.
Eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
little weird from my point of view to have a cat in the studio named after my mother, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it makes it easier for me yelling your mother's name as this cat runs
Sorry,
around the
what?
office.
Why?
Babs, get over here.
Do you have practice yelling my mother's name? Why is it easier for you?
Just
What?
because I get to yell your mother's name, it'll just bug you a little bit.
Oh my
So
God.
it makes the transition a bit easier.
This is the strangest your mum joke that has ever crept up on me.
It'll come around. It'll grow on you.
Yeah. Well, she said. So carry on.
Okay, the next one. Aloysius Mixelplex.
What?
Yes, I think I'm saying that right. Aloysius Mixelplex.
Nobody knows if you are or not. That's crazy.
Yep. Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
Yep. And then there's some good, like Sphinx.
Sphinx.
That makes sense. Chase Battle Cat.
Yeah, we I remember that one from yesterday. That was an early suggestion.
Yeah, that is another one. Ebola.
Yeah.
That was another one. Morgan.
Morgan.
Just a classic name.
You know what? I kind of like Morgan. So looking through on the main cabin radio page, we have got suggestions for days. Frank, Jinx, Dexter. Why do people keep suggesting Jinx? Because it's a black cat, I guess. One person suggested Cabin, which
There's a couple of radios.
couple of radios. Yeah, I mean she has got 2 kittens. I did briefly suggest yesterday she could just name one cabin and one radio, and then just when she calls them over for tea, cabin, radio. Just like people living near her will just think there's a crazy lady that likes to scream
Just
radio stations.
loves their job.
Yeah, cool. We've gone.
Oh, I just found one. Poop Stain the Second.
Yeah. You remember Poop Stain the First? If you weren't around listening for Poop Stain the First, then you will wonder why we think Poop Stain is an appropriate name for a cat. We wondered too at the time, but then we met a cat in Fort Simpson called Poop Stain, and all was revealed.
Well, he's not even Poop Stain anymore. He could just
It's
be
like
Poop Stain the First.
Cheese.
No.
With cheese.
Now known as
Something?
Cheeseball.
Cheeseball.
Yeah, they renamed that cat Cheeseball, which you decide if that's going up in the world or not. Idris Elba, someone suggests, which I like Idris Elba.
So do I.
I'm not sure that cat bears that much resemblance, but okay. Dapples. That's like a horse name, isn't it? Dapples.
Yeah, Dapples is that's an odd one.
Black Panther. It's like,
Ooh,
okay.
I like that.
That's got a bit of edge to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or even just Panther.
Bruce, like Bruce Banner. I love food-inspired names for cats, says this person. Like Pepsi, or Soda, or Fizz. Crush? I mean, then what else? Ginger Ale?
Ginger
Lipton?
Root beer.
My parents had a cat. What's that grapefruit kind of pop?
Like
Cat.
passion?
No.
Grapefruit.
Who drinks grapefruit
Nah,
flavored pop?
Messing up the story because I can't remember the name of it.
No, that was a
Tell you
great
the
story.
cat's name.
Honestly, that was...
Fresca.
Fresca.
Fresca. That's like a lemonade.
Isn't it more of like a grapefruit?
All right,
Anyways.
let's not argue about
Not
what constitutes
Gordon.
Fresca.
We'll get back to that.
Okay, great.
Okay, back to cat names.
Now, the number one choice in all of this that people seem really keen on is Nickel.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times here.
Because, of course, we already have a dog,
Penny.
Penny.
I didn't even clue into that.
Penny and Nickel.
I like that.
And presumably what? Do we just get crazy? Penny's coming over now. She's like, what? Why are you summoning me? She says groggily, getting up from her little put. Now she's lied down there. She's the cutest dog. Anyway, so Nickel is. I kind of like that idea.
like
I'm
Nickel.
not sure what I think about it as a name, but I like the concept behind it. Presumably, therefore, as we get increasingly large animals, we have to go up the monetary scale to the point where Cabin Radio eventually owns an elephant named Dollar.
Toonie.
Toonie.
Yeah, Toonie the elephant.
Toonie the elephant.
And this is how Toonie the elephant came to be, kids.
All started with Penny.
All started with Penny. Just stop doting.
At this rate, I wouldn't even be shocked if we had an elephant in this studio.
It has been done.
What?
Not in this studio, but in the 1980s, CJCD held an elephant race on Franklin
No way.
Way.
Really?
Yep.
How?
I
Where'd they
think
get
there's an
elephants
up
from?
here story about all the strange animals
Yeah.
that have
There's the
landed
photos
in
of it.
Yellowknife.
Wow.
I will show you a photo, and maybe I'll stick it on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page, or just Google it online, Elephant Yellowknife. They brought elephants up. I think it was a traveling circus or something. Back in the days when you could just take an elephant to the Northwest Territories in a traveling circus and nobody would blink.
Wow.
And they had 2 of them, and one of the CJCD hosts was on one. I think the mayor was on the other, and they had a race.
Cool.
Yeah, great.
How are you going to top that, Ollie?
Well, I feel like we put a traffic helicopter in the air last year. Come on, we're doing our fair share of gimmicks and stunts around here. Traffic helicopters, you're allowed to sort of treat inhumanely. I don't think you're really allowed to do that with elephants anymore.
Yeah, it's less. It's definitely more frowned upon.
And the
nowadays.
city already has a bylaw against lions, so we can't even do that. I mean, it's just
That is specific to lions, though.
specific to lions.
Nothing
Yeah.
about
I
elephants.
don't think something about elephants. I think there is a more of a catch-all rule now. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a lot of good names here, but I do like Nickel, and as a standalone name, it's good too. Like we kind of did the same thing in our house. Previously, we had Dr. Dre and we had Slim Shady, and as standalone names, there was Dre and there was Shady, so it worked. And they've parted ways. Shady's in Winnipeg now. Dre's still in Yellowknife, and it still works. You can't have like a dual name that relies on the other person or the other animal. Right?
That's very true.
I think Nickel works.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to Emily yesterday, and she said there was one name on here that she was quite fond of, but I will...
Oh, we'll have to find out.
Scenes from the cabin.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
I'm a god.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god, I don't think.
Because you survived a car wreck.
You folks ready to order?
I didn't just survive a wreck. I wasn't just blown up yesterday. I've been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Really?
Every morning I wake up fine, not a dent in the fender. I'm an immortal.
Special today, blueberry waffles.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to believe in me.
You're not a god. You can take my word for it. This is 12 years of Catholic school talking.
I could come back if you're not ready.
How do you know I'm not a god?
Because it's not possible.
I'll come back.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guest to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including Zehabesha, Main Street Pizza, The Woodyard Eatery, Copper House Restaurant, and Java Roma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win, or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Mr. Goodwin, over there, you are scouring YK Classifieds. What you up to?
Yeah, I stumbled across a new business. It was on Yellowknife Classifieds, like you said. It's called Man with a Truck.
Okay.
And it is exactly what it sounds like. So this guy will come over and he's a man, and he has a truck, and he will use it. So he'll move stuff for you, he'll clean up, yard stuff, whatever. If you need a dude with a truck, call Man with a Truck.
Now, you both seemed sort of faintly surprised by the, should we say, the straightforwardness, the simplicity of the naming convention used here.
I'm impressed by it, if anything.
But in the UK, like Man with a Van, because nobody in the UK can fit a pickup truck down any street.
Makes sense.
So we need tiny vans. So we got like a little van that you throw stuff in the back of. Man with a Van is this incredibly common name.
Yeah.
There must be like 100 companies called Man with a Van. Now, Sarah, you immediately were like, I've got to Google Man with a Truck. How did that work out for you?
There are lots of companies.
Lots
called
of men.
with a truck.
Yeah.
Or two men with a truck.
I just
In some
enjoy the
cases.
simplicity of the title. I think there's another moving company called Three Burly Men. And yeah, sure enough, three burly men show up and move your couch.
It feels like what we may be suggesting here is that the kind of people in the have a vehicle will move things around industry may not necessarily worry too much about the same way that the creative types would be agonizing. Shall I call it like birch leaf? Shall I call birch leaf moving? Oh, I'm just not sure.
What happens if I
Maybe like
Google
Jack
this?
Jack
Is it
pine leaf
searchable?
moving.
If you're up here, there's definitely Aurora in the title.
Yeah, like
Northern Lights Moving Company.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas most people in that industry are just like, you know what? I'm a bloke. I got a truck.
Yeah.
Bloke
Seems
with
to
a
work
truck.
out well for them. Whereas with the Aurora industry now, Aurora Cannabis has kind of moved to the top of that search term.
Yes.
Maybe for
I-
you. All right.
Yeah.
Hippie at a corner.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suggested.
I'm just saying, I was Googling
searches.
things the other day for tourism, just out of curiosity, and yeah, Aurora Cannabis is more popular. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very
Northern
common
Lights.
northern. Yeah, Aurora or Northern Lights. Yeah, Northern Lights with a truck. Yeah, genius. But see, Man with a Truck. The description is in the title.
Yes, I
Yeah, it
see
makes
that.
sense. I just love it. I think it's so simple. And from an amateur level, I am a man with a truck, and I'm always asked to do these jobs. So now I can just be like, no, go talk to the man with a truck and pay for his services. Stop bugging me.
That is, I think, the Yellowknife disease is when everyone comes up here and wants a truck, and here I am. Guess what? It's the same thing.
I'm on tons of Facebook groups that are just like, oh, hey, AJ, can we borrow your truck
Yeah.
with you in it? Can you also help us move it and drive
My truck.
an hour down Ingram Trail? And yeah.
My truck has been borrowed twice already this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're a man with a truck?
I'm a man
We're
with a truck.
all men with trucks.
We're all men with trucks. That'll be our band name. Men with trucks.
Hope he's hiring.
Sarah, how do you feel about being in a band called Men with Trucks?
I
mean, you
am
don't
not a
have-
man, nor do I have a truck,
No,
so
so-
I don't know if I'm
Go with like
make the cut.
mankind, you know.
Oof.
No?
I'm not even sure that mankind necessarily qualifies these days.
No.
Humanity, even that's got... Are there no words for our species that don't have the word man in it?
Not really.
People?
People. Yeah, all right.
Okay,
People,
well,
people
yeah.
with vehicles.
That makes a lot of sense.
Our
Yeah.
band name is becoming increasingly generic.
Well, feel a little stupid
What
after
happens
that.
if we Google people with vehicles now?
Probably get a bunch of people
They
with
probably
vehicles.
won't get a moving company.
It's true.
Get some stock photos.
But yeah, like a man in a van. Yeah, 3 men. There's one in Australia too, I can't think of. But it's also as simple as it can be.
Yeah, that was the fourth search term on Google, was a Melbourne-based
Yeah.
man with truck.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we give him a call?
Yeah, we should give him a call.
Call up man with a truck in Melbourne and just be like, yeah, we got a job.
Yeah, we got to go from Old Town to Uptown. What's
Yeah.
your rate?
Yeah, we got like a tree that needs moving. When can you be here? We kind of need to do it at like 9:15. Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah. Be
Yeah.
here tomorrow morning, bright and
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, I'll put a plane with your truck. Yeah, I'm sure that worked.
Sure, he'll come over.
We should give a little shout out to said man with truck, seeing as he has formed the basis of 5 entire minutes of radio here.
Yes.
Who is said man with truck? Have you still got that up there?
Dennis Chicot. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
But, Dennis Chicot.
And if you need to get a hold of Dennis and his truck,
Go on YK Classifieds. I don't think there was any contact information on there. You just get a hold of him through Facebook.
excellent.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Breaking Stonehenge news. If you are a Yellowknife resident, you will have noticed along the Franklin Avenue median, these big old boulders appeared in the last few weeks. We covered it online on our website. We said, hey, these have appeared and they're going to be for trees. The city council, they've ordered trees. Trees are going to go in there. These are to protect the trees. End of story. Or so we thought. Sarah Price, Cabin Radio News Hound, update please on Stonehenge.
Yeah, so we got this message this morning to the Facebook page saying, hey guys, the stones are gone.
Gone?
Maybe call them boulders, not stones. So right after the break, I ran down there and sure enough, no more rocks. No more
Overnight.
Stonehenge. Yeah.
That's crazy. Overnight, all those... I mean, there had to be, what, 20, 30?
I don't know, we'd have to look back in pictures.
There were
but
like
yeah.
3 or 4 big
And
old...
these are like as tall as a person kind of rocks. Like, they wouldn't
tall
be
as quite a
super-
small person.
Yeah, like a...
Oh, okay.
As tall as a large dog.
Like an
Oh,
infant.
Okay, size,
Yeah.
fine. Size of a dog. They look a lot bigger. in the
Okay.
pictures.
You paint a
Yeah.
perfect picture. They're very large rocks.
They're very large rocks. And they're gone. And we don't know what happened to them. So we've emailed the city. We want to know where they've gone, why they're gone, and if we're still getting these trees.
Well, otherwise, what was that about? Like, here are the rocks. Look at all the lovely rocks. The rocks are for trees. Trees are coming. Trees are going to the rocks. No. Take the rocks away. No. Like,
Because there were concerns expressed at a council meeting where one of the councilors was like, hey, like, what if the snowplows hit them in the winter? And that councilor was assured that no, there's extra space on the sides of the rocks. Like, it shouldn't be an issue. The equipment is going to be fine. The trees are going to be fine. The rocks are going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I used
so-
to work with, graders and plows, and it wouldn't be an issue, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, you know what the best response from the city would be? What do you mean?
what rocks?
Well, yeah, what do you mean? Where are they? Like someone just came and stole these rocks. A civilian's like, you know what? I'm going to take this upon myself. I'm going to hire a large loader and get these
get a
rocks
man
out of
with a
here.
truck?
Yeah, get a man with a truck in here.
That hadn't even occurred to me.
Yeah.
That someone other than the city might have just taken all the rocks away.
Yeah.
Taken them to their own private island. It's like a Thunderbirds episode where, like, some evildoer has stolen the city's precious rocks, and now we must find them again.
They brought in the evil chopper, came in and hoisted everything out of here.
And then the scene cuts to a private island rising out of the Pacific Ocean, far, far away. Where, like,
With beautiful
Built up
landscaping.
by these rocks.
Yeah, the volcano opens up to reveal a helipad, and the helicopter lands. They'll never have these rocks now.
Which is just as logical as the city just moving them again. Why put them there in the first place if you're just going to move them? That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I didn't even think they could have been stolen. Here I am accusing the city, being like, what did you do? But
I mean, realistically. Who's going to steal
Probably what
it?
happened.
Yeah.
If they've been stolen.
I mean, if you're gonna steal a rock, you probably steal like a couple of rocks. You wouldn't steal all of the rocks. Like, who
Right.
needs that many rocks?
And you know how those are heavy. Like you definitely need a loader. You know, oh, finally I can use this massive loader I've had in my backyard. I can go steal these rocks.
Just envisaging, someone somewhere on Highway 3 right now, like pedal to the metal in a massive truck with like all these boulders piled up in
Yeah.
the back of it. Yeah, the RCMP behind him in the world's craziest police chase.
Give us our rocks back.
all the way down Highway 3.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I really can't see why. Like they put them there just to see what it would look like. Were there any rocks on like the side? You know, kind of by like the arena.
Not that I saw.
So they're
when I was
just
driving
non-existent anymore. They're completely gone.
there. Well, there was one small one left. A baby
The
rock.
courtesy
One
rock.
that I probably could have picked up and stolen if I
my
felt like
goodness.
Don't you join whatever rock theft gang this is?
Well, you know what? There's one rock left. Might as well take it. Cheers.
Yeah, but the rocks were there to protect the trees from the snow and the plows and all of that. So now I'm curious, will the trees still be there if they have no protection?
Well, never even
or are the
seen the
trees going to be
trees.
put
Well,
somewhere
yeah.
else?
Trees never even made it.
Yeah, the trees showed up pretty late for that show because the rocks aren't even there anymore.
I know there's some mixed signals about the rocks, but I like them. I thought, with some soil and some trees, they'd look really nice. They'd kind of be exposed, even with a bunch of snow. I thought they'd be nice. And overnight, gone. Unbelievable.
We will keep you posted here at Cabin Radio. We will do our very best here to fill you in. Certainly better than the rocks were filled in on what exactly is happening there. Sarah is on the case. I did also just want to very quickly, before we go, plug a new show that we're working on here at Cabin Radio. Realtors in town, Shane and Molly from Coldwell Banker, are coming in at 12 today. We're putting on a new podcast and show devoted to real estate in Yellowknife and the NWT. So listen out for that. We're taping episode 1 today, and I think it's going to be super cool.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's really important, especially up here with high cost of living, things like that, just to gain some knowledge about real estate, how you can own property in the north, make it more affordable, things like that.
Yeah, we're going to start off with some of the basics, and then slowly but surely, as the episodes go on, get into some slightly more advanced stuff, and you'll be able to download all of those online, and you'll have a repository of real estate knowledge, which I think, well, put it this way, for me, would be blooming helpful.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's great.
Listen out for that. All right, this has been Mornings at the Cabin. The Boulder mystery continues. Cabin Radio's Lunchtime News might have an update on that. Can't wait.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.